How's it going, beautiful people of Instagram? Once again, Jose Trujillo here. I got started before you guys. So I'm going to finish this piece and let's do it. Let's kill it. Let's do what we have to do. I hope everyone's doing great in this Sunday night. Well, it's Sunday night for me. I don't know what day it is for you. I sure hope whatever it is, you're having a great time. Let's do this. Playing with some grays. Okay, some water and some grays. Just because we are allowed let's play with some purple over here. And you ever heard of green in the sky? Well, today you have if you haven't. Oh yeah. I'm gonna take out some magenta and I'm gonna kiss it right here with magenta. Just slightly. Some golden right here. Just some golden right here because we want to make sure that something's happening. We just don't know what. This is one of the things that I've learned from watching artists over and over make their beautiful creations. I didn't learn how to do this from artists. I learned not to do what they were doing. Too many artists give all the information away. What I mean by that is it doesn't matter the style you're painting. Like some of the best artists that paint realistic, extremely realistic, whatever that means for you, but for me it means that they were somehow classically trained. They did something really great, which it's a whole school right now happening where they won't give you all the information. I think that's genius. I don't know that everybody pulls it off, but I think that's genius. And I see a lot of artists trying to do things that are similar to that, similar to that kind of school, but they give too much information. Now, it's not my place. I'm sorry, I'm always on canvases, guys. It's not my place to say what's right or what's wrong. I frankly don't think that there's such a thing, right or wrong. But what works for me, right? What I realize that works for me is to not give all the information away. You give enough. It's like a great drama, no? You give enough. But you don't, there's questions in the end. There's always questions in the end. Whether you're reading a good novel or you're watching a good film, there's always questions at the end, and those questions don't get necessarily answered. And that's what keeps it kind of like, that's where the mystery, I think, is. One of the things that I love about painting is leaving some mystery. Of course, a lot of my influence with this kind of stuff is Turner, right? I love Turner stuff. Not saying that I want to paint like him or I'm painting like him, because a lot of people get confused. They think that I'm saying that. I'm not saying that, nor I don't care what if it means that or not. What I'm trying to say is that I love the approach of, again, that was a cat that did a lot of realism, but gave you room to negate some of that realism, right? Because life is like that. It's like a good drama. That romantic thing that he was doing, it was about that. It was about giving you form and then realism, right? Form that you can recognize, and then negating some of it. Because that is, I believe, I don't know if that he did it for that reason. I certainly do it for this reason. Because that's the condition, the human condition. You know, we see things, we experience things, and then they sort of lose their reality. What we perceive as real. You know, especially the more we pay attention to them, the less we label it. The more attention, true attention, the less we label it, the more real it becomes. But it real in a different way. Now, what I'm trying to approach here, my spiel, my game here, is trying to do that with some level of abstraction, but not completely, right? Maybe some colorism, but not completely. Never leaning too much to one side. So that I'm able to leave a room for play. And not be bound by, oh well, this is the way I paint. You know. So I have to obey my own rules. One of the things that I love that Picasso said, one of his statements was, you know, he was warning artists. He was like, be careful because you may end up copying yourself. And I got to a point in my career where I started understanding that for me, right? Not necessarily what the totality of what he meant, but for me, I started understanding, oh yeah, I know what it feels like to start copying myself, to start going back over and over to what is comfortable, to something recognizable of mine, right? This is my style, so I have to obey my own rules, and I didn't want to do that. So I tried to stretch myself as much as I can, as much as my paradigms allow me, and then stretch some more. You know, once I feel I reached that level. So that's my spiel, guys. I always do a bit of a spiel when I paint. I like it. It helps me figure things out for myself too. And I apologize if sometimes, more than sometimes, I know it may appear like I'm being kind of aggressive, or maybe I'm, you know, scolding, or and I'm really talking to myself, you know. And as I'm talking to you guys, I'm really talking to myself, and I'm really reminding myself of these things that work for me. Sometimes I'm like, well, you know, don't do this, don't do that. It's really for me. It's really to remind myself to get out of my comfort zones. I fall into my comfort zones quite a bit. And I have to remind myself to leave them. You know, the treasure is always outside your comfort zone. So, see there, I did it again. It's like I'm talking to you, but I'm really the message is both for you and I guess. It's so simple to paint, but I think that we make it complicated. You know. Who said that the guy, I think he was one of the ones who talked about that. He said it's so easy to paint when you don't know how. You know, because you have not because you're doing something wrong. You may be doing something, you know, completely unique and great, but you don't have the conditioning of the thought yet developed of what is good or bad, what is right or wrong in painting. You know, so whatever you do, you're painting as a child. You're in the purest form of painting when you don't know. That's why I always encourage people that don't know to be gentle on themselves when they start learning. Because when we start learning certain things, we start becoming very, we can, you know, not everybody, but we can start becoming very critical of ourselves, hypercritical of ourselves, and then that's the place where most people that I met, anyways, say that they drop the towel and they just don't want to do it anymore. It's not because of someone else's criticism. It's usually done by our personal criticism. We stop believing in ourselves because we created a monster in our head. You know, oh, it's impossible to do this. Well, of course, you're trying to reach something impossible. Nothing can be reached through the mind. It's a hands job. It's a hands job. It's not a mental thing. This is where I feel like a lot of us go wrong. We think that painting is a mental game. So, oh, if I'm clever enough, if I think enough about something so unique and so different, I'm going to astonish the world. And then we paralyze, and then we want to pick up the brush because why do I want to pick up the brush and do something derivative? You know, do something that everybody else is doing. No, I'm gonna wait till I have the right what do they call it? The right inspiration or the right. That's all a bunch of BS. It doesn't work like that. No one that has done anything great sat there and waited for inspiration. We've all done 1,000 crappy paintings. Let's put it that way. Some of us more. They're not crappy, but they're crappy to our judgment. You know. That's why I like to repeat what Picasso said. Every time I go into the studio, I repeat that to myself. Yeah, there's no bad Trujillo, because in reality there isn't a bad painting of mine. Just like there's no bad painting of yours. It's only what you make of it. If you say it's bad, then by all means it's bad. You know, it's just a matter of how many people you get to agree with you. There is no bad painting. There may be technical things, there may be this, there may be that. If you're after that, doesn't mean it's bad. Check it out. So while I'm at it, I'm going to make a few sailboats, I guess. Why not? No, if it's already here. There's a huge sailboat right there. But you know what? It's just the way it is. Make it slightly gray. And let's put a real shadow down there. Okay. Bear with me though. Don't give up on me, you guys, so easily. Some of you guys already left me. Let's put another mean shadow right here. All right. Telling you it's fun over here. Some people, I hear some artists talk about how difficult it is to paint. Don't make it difficult, guys. Make it easy on yourselves. Like doing the right thing or finding the right, inspiration or whatever. We get stuck on that. I got stuck on that for years. Can't even begin to tell you. Sometimes I go very hard, very fast. I like that too. There's moments where I don't feel like I need to, you know? There's moments where I can take my time. It feels right sometimes to take your time. There's no right or wrong way of doing it. If you want to, you can Bob Ross it and just, you know, you'll paint happy little trees. And now I want to bring some of that color to the sky. But I want to hide it because I didn't start from that color. It just kind of occurred to me right now. It's not a method or anything like where you start somewhere and you end somewhere else. So I want to bring some of that color, some of this color into the sky. Let's see how we can do that right here. I don't want it to be too obvious. So I'm going to bring out my one of my favorite tools to use. Okay. Here it goes, guys. Oh, I didn't know today was Bob Ross' birthday. Happy birthday, Bob Ross. That's awesome. One of my favorite tools is a piece of cardboard. Why not a spatula? You have to watch the other videos why I explain not a spatula or not a palette knife. Because I like the creases that it leaves. It's not so perfect, you know. It's not so perfect. A spatula would give me a very perfect line, and I don't want it. The world is not perfect. I don't want a perfect line. Yeah, I want something to look like that. Oh yeah, check it out. That's what I'm talking about, guys. Get a little bit of this, and then, bam, there we go. Okay. Something's happening, which is not sure what it is. You know, there's a level of reality happening. Of course, it's not photographically real. I don't want it to be. I would stay here all week probably to try to do that. Maybe all day, I don't know. I haven't done photographic type of paintings in a long time. I'm not interested in it. I am interested in doing this because this shit is fun. See what I mean, guys? It's too much fun to ignore. You get into the studio, have fun with it. My name is Jose Trujillo. I am the world's greatest living artist. It just happened that way. I didn't choose it, it chose me. There's the signature. It says world's greatest living artist in short, in shorthand. Guys, give me some hearts if you like what you saw here, if you like what you heard, if you think I'm too loco for you, I don't care. Give me some hearts. I'm a big boy. I can take it. You guys have been awesome. Thank you so much. Totally. Sizemore says anyone can paint because each person has their own unique style like you do. Exactly. That's exactly it. Too many people, too many of us think that we can, you know, no one can paint like me, man. Or no one can, you know, dude, don't worry about it, you know. You have your own style. You just haven't practiced enough to develop it. This is one of the hardest things for me to learn It's again, it's about the hands. It's not a mental thing. So the more we practice it, that thing, whatever your thing is going to come out. You know, you're creating the groove for it to come out. Let me give it some distance so that you guys can see what's up, okay? Look at that. Check it out. Muchas gracias, Rita. Lo aprecio mucho, gracias. I speak Spanish too, by the way, because I'm cool like that. I'm super bilingual. Check out this boat. Check out the shadow in that. It's like, is it there? Is it not there? Where is it? Oh my God, where's the shadow? It's right there, you guys. Look at the shadow. Check it out. It's like something, you know, and I didn't go old Turner on you guys and have something burning back here. Because I was like, nah, it's just going to be too Turner. I need it to be mine. Not Turner. But there it is, guys. Thank you so much. Take care. I will be showing you guys some of my cool stuff daily. Don't forget, Monday, Tuesday, well, from Monday through Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, I have art talks that I do at noon, Arizona time, and I'm in Arizona, US. And where my wife joins me a couple of days, and we talk about different stuff about being an artist. You know, we talk about the studio, we talk about I talk about the palette. I know a lot of you guys are interested in the palette. I gotta change that oil, but it's still good. I talk about the palette. I talk about the brushes. Look at all those brushes. I talk about the whole thing, and then I talk about. There's different days for different things. Like on Mondays, I have a whole thing where I talk about being an artist and whatnot, and then I'll explain to you guys more. But we talk about marketing, about working in a partnership and all that kind of stuff. So stay tuned, guys, because I have all kinds of cool stuff to share with you guys. And if you guys haven't seen my YouTubes, you guys are missing out. Go check out Jose Trujillo, my name, on YouTube. Jose Trujillo art or painting or whatever, and you guys will find more than 900 videos there that I've uploaded talking about art and whatnot. So thank you so much. Mavi, Muse Artist. Ojalá tuviera el tiempo para pintar. Qué afortunado y talentoso eres. Congrats. Muchas gracias, te lo agradezco. Hay que hacer tiempo. Yo entiendo que es difícil. Puede ser muy difícil dependiendo las cosas por las que pasamos todo el mundo. El tiempo, ¿verdad? El tiempo es algo difícil. Puede ser algo difícil. Pero tenemos que hacer tiempo. Buscar la esquinita. Guys, I was just saying, we have to make time to, if you're an artist, you have to make time to paint whatever that is for you. I don't know if it's early in the morning, later at night. I used to work 2 shifts and still found time in the weekends and found time, 2, 3 in the morning. I know it's hard, but that's the way to move forward if you're into the art thing. You have to find time. So I hope you guys are enjoying this. Look at that view, man. Oh, man. Look at that view. It's like, here I am and stuff. Let me pan into this orange. There's all kinds of ways to do this. Also, I used to do what it was called wet on dry. Sometimes I do it when I have time. What it is that I would stop a few minutes before this, or maybe right here, and then wait for it to dry, maybe 2 or 3 weeks, preferably 3 weeks, and then come back to it with thin layers, and then you can do all sorts of things, even thick layers. But I would like to come back to it with thin layers. That's what I like to do, or I used to like to do, and create that the whole game on layers. Who called it? Da Vinci used to call it sfumato. I think he coined that term. The whole smokiness, different layers. Anyways, guys, that'll be it for today. Take care. Bye-bye.